And we are here to reset our 8-day-old wash and go. So I use the Ember Naturals Heavy Hold as well as the OG Topper as my stylers. And I use the Curl Mix shampoo from the Masters Collection. I'm going to do that again. The Masters Collection shampoo. Then I'm going to follow up with my moisturizing shampoo, the Honey Hydration shampoo. Then I'm either going to just use the Brown Sugar Baby deep conditioner by itself. Hi, Tawana! Welcome to the live. I'm either going to use the deep conditioner by itself, or I will mix it with my favorite, and that is the grapeseed conditioner, the lavender from the OG line. So we're going to do that, and then the moisturizer, I'm either going to use this Brown Sugar Baby. I'll make up my mind, but I do like how it performs, or I probably will try to use up, because I'm always trying to use up the empties. So I probably will try to use up this, what is this, read it upside down. The leave-in conditioner is the pineapple potion, but I got it upside down so I can get the rest out of the bottom. And my stylers will be the Ember Naturals Heavy Hold along with the OG Topper. This is 9-day-old hair, travel hair, walk outside hair, but we still have, we still have definition. This area is frizzed up and this area is frizzing up, but my back still has definition as well. So that is what we're doing. Just wanted to let you know before we get started, and I'm going to start the process by saturating my hair and get this party started. I was supposed to wash my hair last night, but I was tired. And I was actually supposed to wash it Sunday. Hey, to a size healthier. Yeah, let the work begin. But it's good work. But yeah, so I'm gonna start by saturating my hair. Same process all the time. I think when you take the time to use some products the same way each time, see how your hair acts in different climates. Like I set this because I knew I was going to be traveling to South Carolina. Boy, was it hot. And it rained. It even rained on my hair, but it still looks good. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up in the live. I appreciate it. But you see, the other thing I like about the Ember Naturals gels is this is what my hair does. It flattens right away because the gel is like a, I call it a heat-seeking missile. It looks for the water. And that's what it's doing, is pulling that moisture, because water is your moisturizer. It's pulling it into your hair. So with the Ember Natural products, one thing I will say is, even though I've gone past my 4 to 5 days, you can do 7 days, or I can do 7 days easily, and not worry about my hair, not be concerned about it being so dehydrated, because when I go outside and walk outdoors, my hair starts to, it don't get flat like this, but it starts to flatten because it's picking up that moisture and humidity out of the air. So yeah, and I will be testing some other products. We'll see how they do in Raya soon. But I'll be traveling again next week and the week after. So my go-to travel pair is Emba. And you can use different, like different products for different things when you know how they perform in your hair. And I just like when I'm traveling or if I'm not going to be able to reset my hair, Emba is a go-to for me. So the step one is, in my book, is saturating your hair. To rinse out as much of the product as possible. You can tell this is getting out of there because, see, this is what Raya does. She has a cottony surface texture. Doesn't her hair look like cotton? When we start working that product out of there, she's going to go to her true nature. And I can feel it. Even though I have gloves on, I know there's still product in my hair. Just massaging my hair, my scalp rather. Oh, and I also know it's time to wash because, when I can start to like almost feel the buildup of gel in my hair, it's time to wash too. Where did I put it? To the front. Welcome to the live with Rosa and Raya. Oops. Try to keep this out of the way. That feels like she's rinsed out, but I like to give her a good 10 minutes soaking. That's key. A lot of times we want to go straight in with the shampoo, but try to rinse out the product from your hair first. Again, you see how she's rising to the occasion. That just means that we're getting the product out of my hair. And that's for my hair. Your hair might be something different, but I know my hair. So I've practiced long enough so I know that's what she is doing. She is getting rid of that product. The water is getting it off. If it doesn't want to go through easily, do not pull your hair out. This is at its most fragile state when it's wet like this. So I think I can go in with my first shampoo, and that's going to be the Curl Mix Masters Collection Step 1 shampoo. We're going to concentrate on my scalp with this first shampoo. So, nice and creamy. Always like to go around my edges, just like what I like to do. You wash your hair like you like to wash yours, and then get it into my scalp. Welcome to the live. We have thoroughly rinsed Raya, and now we're on our first shampoo. And we are concentrating on the scalp. Shampoo is for your scalp, and conditioner, when you get to that step, is for your hair. So I'm just trying to make sure I cleanse my scalp. I work out, and I tend to sweat in my scalp, in my head. So that's another reason why I like to wash frequently. But when life is life, and you can't do it all the time, so. But I'm getting a good lather, even though this is the first wash. Good lather. Again, the concentration, I lost you guys for a minute there, but the concentration is on my scalp for this one. Good scalp massage helps wake up those hair follicles. I'm just going to pull that down to the end, open it up a little bit, and I'm going to rinse this out. We're going in with our next shampoo, but we got good lather. I could technically stop here, but I went 8 days, y'all, so we're not stopping here. We're going to come in with the moisturizing shampoo. And it's going to be the Honey Hydration. So if you're sitting in the live, and I see you've been sitting here for a little bit, and you haven't thumbs up the live, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Don't cost you nothing. Welcome to the live. Rosa and Raya, it is wash day. We had a 8-day-old washing day. I sleep on my satin pillowcase. When I work out, sometimes I put in my satin scrunchies to keep the hair off my face. That's all we do. When I finish working out, I don't touch it. I take off those scrunchies if I have them on and let my hair air dry. I don't touch it because it's damp a little. But it also, I notice when I work out, it helps to wake my curls right back up. So I don't let my hair stop me from getting in my movement. But in the summer, that's why I set my hair with more definition, because it's not going to be, it doesn't take much for it to, thank you for giving me the thumbs up on the live, I appreciate you. It doesn't take much for my hair to grow not grow in length, but grow in volume. So I try to set with more definition, and that's why I really love, especially my summer sets to be with the Imba heavy hold, because I know it's going to withstand the humidity and the heat, my workouts, and even if it does get bigger, it's still going to look nice. So, all right, that is wash 1, and we're going in with wash 2, and it's going to be the Curl Mix Honey Hydration. It's going to be our second shampoo. I love this shampoo. It's so moisturizing you, and it has such great slip that you could detangle with the shampoo in your hair. So that's what that looks like, and it has real honey in this shampoo. Opening up that back and let me scoot back some. So I'm working that shampoo down the shaft. Remember I told you this one, it is so moisturizing you can start the detangling process in with this shampoo. So I'm just gently pulling it apart. Go back in there on that scalp. Go do the next section. Got some tangles back there. So we're going to be careful not to be pulling on our hair. There you go. Rub it first, and then bring that shampoo down the length of the hair. There you go. Yes. Alright. Do the same over here. Welcome to the live with Style Raya. We are washing. This is our second wash. This is with the Honey Hydration Curl Mix Shampoo that I'm working into my strands. The next step we'll do the deep conditioner. I'm just pulling those strands apart and kind of working through this hair. Washing it in the direction I want it to go. I want it to go down. So we don't want to tangle the hair up. You see, every time you see me washing my hair, I'm always bringing it down. How I want to style it, how I ultimately want to wear it. So, bring it down. Even with the gloves, I can feel those knots or tangles. And be careful with my hair, pulling it down. I think this is my, this is my last section to work through. Good. Okay. Rinse my hands off. But do you see, even in the shampoo, do you see my curls? That means I have hydrated hair. When my hair used to be dehydrated, in this stage, you didn't see any curls. It was just a big frizz ball. But my hair has come a long way with, making sure I am replenishing the moisture. But you see the curls are there. They are there in the shampoo. Normally you'll see that in the conditioner. I told you that Honey Hydration is a moisturizing shampoo. Welcome to the live, Rose and Raya. Don't forget to thumbs up the live. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Feel free to ask any questions you like, within reason. But it was time to wash Raya. So I'm a little behind because this was 8 days. But she still felt good. But I knew it was time because I was starting to be able to feel the product on my hair. And I was like, don't push it. It's time to wash her. I would have washed it on Sunday, but I was tired getting back in town. And then yesterday, I was still tired. So I said, nope, I gotta do it today. I cannot wait another day. Just rinsing her out. Rinsing out the shampoo. We don't want to use any shampoo. And I can tell, even with the gloves on, I have some right here. And I have to open up my hair because it's so dense. Shampoo can hide in the roots and stuff like that. Don't be so quick. Especially if you have dense hair, to think that you have rinsed everything out. So again, you see the curls already. That's hydrated hair. Oh. That was not the case always for me. Oh, and I forgot my water bottle again for when I do the conditioner and my other stuff. Thought I had everything. So much for relying on your memory. Okay. So we have rinsed out the shampoo. We did 2 washes. One with the Masters Collection shampoo and the other with the Honey Hydration shampoo, both Curl Mix products. Now we're going to go in with one of my favorites. It's the grapeseed conditioner in the scent lavender. And I use a lot of conditioner. So there's my pile. And I am going to work that in on the base. I'm going to take another section back here and work that in. And I'm going to join these two together and kind of work that in. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate the thumbs up. Welcome to the live of Rosa and Raya. We're on our conditioning step. And we're not rushing the process, so if you gotta go and come back, do that if you're looking for the styling portion, because I take my time. This is my head, and I gotta take my time to get her right, like I want her to be. So I made sure I did the things that I needed to do so I could go ahead and start this process. My husband hit me up. I didn't notice. He sent me a message asking me to go to the CVS, and I thought it was the one close to our house, and it wasn't. So I had to get out there and get that done. And I had already scheduled a live, and I was like, I hope I'm back in time. But I was. It all worked out. So I'm glad about that. Alright, so I got conditioner on that side. Now I'm putting some more. I love conditioner. I don't skip. That's one thing I go through a lot of is conditioner. And conditioner, like I said, is for your hair strands. And this is an important part. Every part is an important part. But you know, like you want to have your base set so that you can have a good wash and go. So your shampoo and your conditioner is going to help set your base so that the rest of it can have the longevity that you're looking for. So don't skip, don't rush the process. Your hair takes as long as your hair takes. Yours may not take as long as mine, but I take my time with my hair. I don't rush through it. My cut is shining through even in this wash, y'all. My stylist, Layla, I love her. She is awesome. I'm just kind of rubbing through those ends. Pulling out that shed hair, which is not a lot for it to be on day 8. See. Don't forget to thumbs up the live. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Again, I'm just working on them ends first. And then I'm going to take a glaze of the brown sugar baby and put on the top. But this look good right here. This look good. So that was the lavender grapeseed conditioner. Now I'm going to go in with a glaze of the brown sugar baby over top of all of this. I just love this conditioner. It's a deep conditioner. So by the time I finish doing what I'm doing, we'll be right. So I'll do like that. Let's do like this. Still have more on my hand. I'll do the back. And I'm going to do one more little piece, and it's going to go on my back. It's got a lot of hair back there. It's a lot of hair everywhere, but you know. To me, it's a whole lot of hair in the back of my head. That hair is a little different than the hair in the front and the sides. I'm using my mirror behind me to check out the hair in the back, to work it through. So now I'm going to take my shower head and just put some water on there, because the conditioner is water based, right? So what activates it more? Some water. So I'm just working through. See? I'm gonna peel it back. I'm working through with my fingers first. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. Oops. So I got a tangle right there. So we're gonna work through that very gently. There you go. Okay. And work through that very gently. And what I'm trying to do is start to separate my sections so I can organize this and detangle my hair. Oh, did you see that? Close to my eyeball. Alright, so let me get one clip. Get that out of the way. And this section is another. Hold on. Let's see. Let me. Get this out of the way. Now we can work with the back. So I'm going to half that. There's a lot of hair back there. Trying to half it with my finger. Put this away. There you go. And now I'll do these two at the bottom as halves. Work it through with my fingers first. And I'm going to take a little water. Put my hair in the water stream. There you go. A lot better. And work it through with my fingers first. That's good. And put some water in my hand. And work this through. So we're trying to detangle first with our fingers. Some people, that's all they do is use their hands, but I do come in with my tool, but not until you see those curls are there still. Not until I detangle with my fingers first. So I'm gonna take this half, and I'm going in with my unbrushed. This is my tool of choice. After my fingers, of course. And we start at the base, and we work our way up. I try to go in different directions, like go up, down, you know, from the inside, from the outside. You want to get all of that shed hair out. So now that that is detangled, I am going to twist this section up and get it out of the way. To me, 2 hours in the front end, 2 hours in the front end is worth it to me to only have to get up and shake my hair and go for the next, 5 to 7 days. Depends on how long I'm keeping the set. There you go. There you go. Fingers through, and now we're going to go in, starting at that base. We're not pulling no hair, working our way up. Now I'm going to do it from the inside, from the bottom half, from the top. And look at that, smooth through, smooth sailing. Now see that puffiness right there? So this side puffs less than the other side, but you don't want it to look like that when you get to your gels. If it puffs like that when you get to your gels, put some more on your hair. Alright, so my bottom half is detangled. And now we're going to go deal with this top section. And I'll do 2 more sections. So, put some water on there and come through with my fingers. Taking my time to work it through. I want to make sure I'm getting it all. I'm looking in that back mirror, making sure I'm not leaving any hair down there at the bottom. Okay, so now, there you go. Working our way up. Okay. Mine is already starting to grow back, in my opinion, from where I got the cut. Although, there you go. I knew I saw a piece of hair fall. Okay. I want to get all the directions, work it in, and then twist that hair up. Twisting it helps me organize it and keep it smooth. I rinse in the twist, and then eventually, take them out too, but because they kind of come apart on their own too. But I rinse in the twist, but just keeps the hair organized for me. And make sure I got all of it. There you go. And I'm gonna bring this over here. Wet that hair and start to work through it. Same process throughout the whole of my head. I always try to start at the back, get all that done. My hair is finer strands, medium to fine strands in the top of my head. There you go. So I'm extra careful up there. Careful with all of it, but Extra simple too. Okay. Smooth through. We're going to twist it up and get it out the way. Make sure yep, no rain, there's no hair behind. Okay. So that back is done. I have 4 sections back there. I always do 4. Alright, and then it'll be 3 sections. This one and not. I'll split this one into 2. So I just pulled along. It's a little knot, whatever, but I pulled a long one, long shed hair out of this section. And then there is a little bit of a knot there. Okay. So we're going to go in with some water. And we'll smooth it in there. Then we're going to come in with our tool. Same. If it ain't work, don't fix it. So, this works for me, so I keep it the same. Sometimes I'm rushing and I can tell when I'm rushing because it doesn't always come out. Well, my washing goes are never, no two are always alike, but how they behave. I know I can get the better longevity when I spend time in my conditioning and shampoo process. I don't know. There you go. I felt like I was getting some pushback here. Okay. So I'm going to smooth that through. I can't wait to put my twist back in to my hair, but I have to wear wash and goes for a little while longer. With the travels, my husband likes, my wash and goes. And so I'll honor the travel that we have to wear the wash and goes. And so I can put my twist back in. This makes it easier for me working out and stuff like that because I can style them and I can wear them for like 3 weeks, moisturizing them weekly. Alright, so I'm gonna take this and put this here and some water on this one. Careful. Oh. And still. There you go. When you pull, snag, shed hair out, try not to put it back in your hair. Because it just causes more tangles and stuff. And I want to put some more conditioner over here. That's my business. I love this brown sugar baby. That's the one I'm using, the brown sugar baby for here. slushy. We'll go in. All right. Putting the conditioner back on my hair. It's coming out on the other side of the brush. But now that feels really good. Nice and smooth. No tangles. I like this lip. Okay. This again is the finer hair that I was talking about up here. I think I'm going to add a little more conditioner. The brown sugar baby up here too. Just like to pamper this hair. As much love as possible. I got a snag. I'm looking for it. I can see it as I'm working it through. Do you see those curls? Do you see those curls? Those curls in the conditioner. That's what you want to see. But you saw mine in the shampoo. Now we'll go ahead and use our tool. Get my hair like a scrub board. Work my way up this hair. This is that white part. I'm gonna kind of smooth it in. And twist it on up. It is all nice. It's all nice and tangled. It felt nice and smooth. All while creating a crime scene in the shower. Hold on, let me get the clips that I had before. These clips I use next. So, make sure I got them. Rinsing off this clip. Like I told you, I'm gonna rinse my hair with these twists in here. So see, it takes me about, I would say, an hour for the first half and 45 minutes to an hour for the second half, in the sense that my shampoo, my rinsing, the shampoo and conditioner. I used to try to rush, but I paid the price for it, so I don't rush anymore. Take my time and do what I need to do for my hair, because this is realistic for me. And the proof is in the final results. I can tell when I rush, and I can tell when I take my time. They both look different. Let's get all these clips out and clean off. Everything is so slippery. Alright. Spend some time on the back of the tail. Welcome to the live, Style Raya. We are rinsing out the conditioner after we have detangled. My hair. I put 4 sections in the back and 3 in the front. Next step will be styling. So we gotta get the conditioner rinsed out first. What we're doing. in my hands and clean and put this back up. I know this is thoroughly wet. Sorry, spare the alarm. Water's going to clean on that one. I'm going to twist that one up. And get it out the way. Okay. I don't remember if I did that one, but if I did, it won't hurt to use this another time. I don't think I remember taking it apart. And I'll get to the back. Welcome to the live of Style Raya. We are rinsing out the conditioner, and the next step will be putting in our moisturizer before we start to style our wash and go. I think I'm gonna try to have this one to last is it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I may have this one to last till Wednesday, maybe. Just readjusting my shower chair. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, it just wants to keep doing that. So, I gotta make it work. Okay, so now let me go ahead and do the back. Wonder what was going on. It's leaning to the side. We have to get my written one next time. Still conditioner in this section. Make sure we get it out. Working all that conditioner out of my hand. it is out. There's no more foaming down on the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and put those sections back. I'm not twisting it. Being lazy with that part because I'm going to have to twist it up anyway. So I'm going to leave that bottom part out. Let me get this. Now you start getting tired. Whew. I don't know what's going on with this leg. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe that's it. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to use although I love the brown sugar baby, I want to use up what I have. So I'm going to use this pineapple potion. I know it's upside down, but I need to keep it upside down so I can get the product out of the bottle. You know how it is. You want to get everything good to the last drop. And I don't want too much because I did that one time and it was like really white when I put the gel in. It had nothing to do with the gel, it was the leave-in, and it I think it gave a softer hole. The chair is not going to withstand this. So I'm just working it through my hair. This moisturizer, or this is a leave-in, it's what's going to hold that moisture in. And when I'm setting, because I want this to last longer without growing so fast, I like to do it on damp hair. So normally, you know, I would have that hair soaking wet right there to do what I just did, but it's not. And I don't want it to be. Sorry, let me pick this up before I spill it. This chair is just not cooperating. So the moisturizer is in here, or the leave-in. Using the pineapple potion leave-in. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this chair around. Let me see if that works. Sorry. We'll see. So, pineapple potion leave-in is in here. I'm going to twist this up. And then I'm going to put my shower cap on here to help hold in the moisture that I have in here without adding any water until the end. I do add the water just after I get everything on here. I found that works better in my hair. So the moisturizer is in. Now we're going to take and do the moisturizer in this section. Pineapple Potion Curl Mix leave-in is what I'm using. I used the Brown Sugar Baby. For the last two sets, I did use this one for one of the sets before then. Smells so good. But I had used too much and my hair started to almost like foam when I put in the gel, but I knew it had nothing to do with the gel. I had put in too much moisturizer, or leave-in rather. This was leave-in. The Brown Sugar Baby that I use, the moisturizer is a more of a moisturizer. It's thicker than a leave-in. There's more oils in it. So I am separating this section, just working that through. Oh, I think you belong over there. Well, I'll take you over here and work it in. Alright, working this in. So we're just preparing the hair for the gel, and then leave-in. And that's done. I'll put this on there. And I'm going to put this shower cap onto the back of my head. All of it has leave-in. Like that. When I go out of order, I miss something, so I always go to this section next. And let's put in the pineapple potion. This is a leave-in. Oh, don't want too much. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Just a little bit. It spreads a lot, and we're working it in. Working it in. Open it up. Open it up. Twist it on up. Wish I could play my music, but I get dinged when I do on YouTube. So that's not good. Get myself in trouble. That's how much I'm using on this section. May not look like a lot of hair over here, but it is. In this section. That could be several sections, but I've learned to kind of condense those into these 7 sections. And then just work the product through. All right. One more, and then we'll add the gels. See, that's a big difference, right? Then when you saw it with the shampoo and you saw it with the conditioner, you know, and the difference here is, you know, like you have that water and you don't see that in here because I don't want it to have a lot of water when I start. I might have put too much moisturizer. We gonna see. Let me know too much leave-in. We gonna see. If it foams up, you know I did. If it doesn't, then we're good. But I think I was trying to use all that was on the bottleneck, and can counteract that by putting, well, this is the section I put more gel in it anyway, because it frizzes up. It has that white hair. Um, over here. See how much white hair? If I could part this correctly, you would see it's white on one side and it's salt and pepper on the other side. Yeah, I think I used too much. When I see it streak on my glove like that. Just work it in. Open it up and work it in. So see, there it is. White, salt and pepper. That's how I know I put too much. See how much is coming off on my hands? And that's okay. I knew it when I was doing it. Just kind of trying to get off that excess. Alright, let's go. So twist this up. And we're going to go in with our gel. But starting at the back. Put that back under the covers in my hair, under my face. Okay. So now we're going in with this is the Ember Heavy Hold Base Gel. I'm going to undo this one. So you see what the hair looks like, just with the leave-in. You can see some of my curls, but, you know, not so much, right? This is one pump from that bottle. I really want two. So I'm just trying to see if I can go ahead and get the second one. Yes, to come out. So that's 2 pumps. Again, you might say, I don't use that much. For my hair, this is what it needs. For your hair, you could probably use a whole 1 pump just in the back of the whole head of your hair, but I've played with this so much that I know what works in Raya. So I'm trying to go and get to the base. Almost doing it like a ponytail motion. So I'm trying to, get from, look at that cute little curl back there. You see that curl? So I want to get that in there too. I want it covered in the product. Welcome to the live. Don't forget to thumbs up the live if you haven't done so. I appreciate it. So I'm more of a smoother than a raker. But do you see how the heavy hold is clumping the hair together nicely? You saw what it looked like. When I untwisted my hair. I think I nailed it with the first I had to go in before and add more, but we're good, and we're gonna twist that up. And I found that this way really helps my set to like just twist it back up and get it out the way. Oh, okay, I see what's happening now. Don't fall, please. Have all kinds of malfunctions in here. So there you go. This section, remember how it was puffy? There you go. I knew it. I knew it. Remember how it was puffy? So there. That's one pump. And I'm just trying to get another pump out of here. Two pumps. So there's two pumps out of this bottle. Emulsify it, just rubbing it in our hands. Rub, 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 rub. It gets like kind of sticky like that. And then again with that ponytail motion, I'm trying to get it to the base of my hair and work it down. And I'm squeezing to kind of get it to go into my strands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Working it in. And that white is from, and it might be just that the pineapple potion does that. Because it's like white. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't think I'd put a lot back there, but it's not a lot. You know, you see a little bit of white. But that's from the leave-in, I know. So, this is telling me put another pump of gel on there just by how that looks. And you have to know your hair. The other time I kind of let it go and it was on the other side and it was just a big puff ball. You could tell everywhere else was nicely defined and this section was, well, not this section, but on the other side, the same side of the same back portion, but the other side, it just puffed up. And I knew it because I saw it. But I was like, oh, it'll be all right. No, it was not going to be all right. We made it work, but it was not going to be all right. So there is that section looking like I want it to look. And we are twisting that up and getting it out the way. Put this clamp on now. And I'm going to go to this top section. And this is where I have my white hair, but you see the hair before. And it's damp, it's not soaking wet. And that's that way on purpose. So one pump. I already know I need 3 pumps in that white area. So that's 2. These are not full pumps, I can tell. So I'm just going to do it one more time because that looks more like the 2 pumps. There you go. And I had to learn also that you don't need a lot of the Emba topper. But I was like not using enough of the base gel, and then I was overcompensating with the topper. And I think when you use too much of the Emba topper, you get what we've coined boogers in your hair. It's almost like the product is not worked in enough, and it's like sitting on your hair. So I've learned a little goes a long way for the topper. Probably for somebody else, this heavy hole a little goes a long way, but for me, I had to learn that I needed more of the base, the heavy hole gel, and then just, skim it with the Ember topper, and I will be fine. And I played with it enough to know that that's what works for me. Working to kind of smooth it in. You see how that hair looks so much better? It's clumping together. And just working it. Looking for it to feel nice and smooth. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. So I'm looking for it to be nice and smooth. And it is. And I'm going to twist that up and get that out of the way. So we're going to let that kind of marinate together. When I let it marinate, I always get a really nice set. Sometimes when I don't, I'm like, what did I do wrong? And that's the step I always miss. So see, nice. There's some definition there, but of course it's lacking in moisture, water, which I will put on at the end, and the gel. It finds whatever water I have in my hair, it finds it. Got one more pump. This is not technically 4 pumps because it's not. This gel is so thick, and I'm beating on it to kind of get it to be in the place where it needs to, where it can get to the pump. And this happened to me last time toward the end. So sorry for the noise. So that is what I'm putting into this section back here. This is what it did to me toward the end the last time, but I was right at the front when it did it. So that is what I'm going to put in here, and I am working at the base first and working my way out. I have a cottony surface texture. I have high density gray and white hair. The heavy hole for the Ember works really well on my hair. I tested the softer touch, but I have not, I felt like that the heavy hole was going to be, the heavy hole and the OG topper is what works for me and my hair type. So, my hair likes to be big, and so it's going to be big. It's going to get big anyway, but to do my hair this way, where I started on damp hair, it's not soaking wet, add my gels, and then I add my water so I can get the hang time, and then get under the dryer quickly so it can capture that. Works for me every time. So I'm just smoothing the gel in and making sure I'm getting to the base. A lot of times we complain that our definition, like it's from here out and it's not from the root to the tip. But that's probably because of our application technique. I had to learn that I was not, rubbing it in the gel from the roots. I was coming out further, a little bit further, and my roots were always puffy. But when I started to work it in and then also separate that hair, I was like, okay, that's what I need to do. So if you see, now the hair is clumping and looking like I want it to be. And so I'm going to twist that and let that marinate together. Let that hair love on each other. That's what we're doing. And then I can move on to the next section. So let me marry those two together. And now I'll go to this section right here. So there, what the hair looks like with just leave-in. Nice and puffy, right? That's where we ended up, but that's not where we want to start. So our goal is to have nicely defined not coils, curls, waves. More like a wave. I have curls in the back, waves on the side. Crinkles. Yes, crinkles. Something like that. Thought I saw some hair and I'm gonna want to put that, yep, I did. I don't want to put hair in my hair, back in my hair. Shed hair in my hair. Okay. Another piece. So something having white hair, it's hard to see it sometimes. Okay, so now you can probably see better where I'm like going to the root, going to the side, that ponytail motion like I'm telling you, just working it in. And it's like whatever water is in my hair is going right to it. That gel is like going to that water like a heat-seeking missile. And see the whiteness? Remember I told you if I put in too much leave-in, that's what happens. So, make sure I'm working that in to the strand. We're going to put some more gel on that section. That was one full pump. Just trying to get it all emulsified in my hand. And work it in. Make sure you get your edges. When you put that gel on there, it works good as an edge control. For a little while anyway. So I like this, how that's looking, how it's smoothing together. And you don't want to rub so hard that you take product off your hair. You don't want to do that. Okay. If I need to put more product on one side, I'll go back to define it, I can. So we're going to start there. So I think that's about the same amount I used the last time. So that is done. This section I know it needs about 3 pumps. Because this section used to poof up on me quickly until I learned I was not using enough gel. I don't care what I was using. Pearl Mix, Emba, I Create Whole. I was not using enough gel. Okay, what we're putting on there. Trying to make sure I emulsify it and don't have any clumps, or if there's a clump on any section of my hair. But there you go. We're in a ponytail motion. Trying to get it up here, you know, where it starts, so that we have definition from root to tip. And just smoothing. Again, smoothing works better for me than raking. Raking gives me big hair quickly. Is what I've learned. So I'm going with my fingers to kind of work through, almost like push the product into my hair. I don't know how best to explain it, but like my thumb is going up underneath there and pulling it through. Work that product in. You see the curls starting to show up and stand at attention. Say, I'm here. They say, curls. He said, here. Just touch and make sure. Oh. So if you guys are talking to me, I went to touch the screen to see if I can see comments, but I don't see any. So I might have done something. I don't know. So I'm not ignoring you. I was touching the screen just to see if I was ignoring you and I needed to respond to something. Look at those curls, and it won't let me. I don't know if it's my glove, or I don't know if it's the way I set up the line. I don't know. If the curls are curling. You see that? It is like I want it to be. So we are twisting it up to let it marinate so we get this last section. Up this one. Last section. And we put that on this and bring that back like that so that all the rest of it is covered. And good thing I brought in another towel. Okay, go back up there. Okay. Last section. I'll try it one more time. Nope. Touching all over, and it's not working. So I apologize if you guys are saying something. I don't see it. I don't see it. I saw it in the beginning. I saw To A Size Healthier, and I saw Tawana say hello, and after that I didn't see anything else. So I'm sorry if you're asking me questions. I have to go back and check out the replay and answer if you did. That's what I'm putting on that top section. We are emulsifying. Let me get all of this in here and working it. Working it in. And the product. Welcome to the live. If you're making comments, I'm sorry I can't see them. I tried. Saw early comments, but no more. I'm just working that in. This is the Heavy Hold Gel by Emba. And I have the Curl Mix Pineapple Potion Leave-In that I applied first. I washed with the Masters Collection shampoo, was my first shampoo. Honey Hydration shampoo, Curl Mix was the second shampoo. I used the grapeseed conditioner in the lavender scent, and I put on some brown sugar baby deep conditioner on top of it all. Then, like I said, I followed up with the pineapple potion leave-in, and now we're on the step of putting the heavy hold gel in all the sections first. Then I'll come back and put the curl embrace holding gel, the OG topper. That's what I call it. You see those curls? Yes. Yes, we see those curls. So you say, Rosa, you put in more gel? Yes. Wanna know why? Because this section normally frizzes up on me first, and I used to put I Create Whole, like a glaze of I Create Whole, but I found that if I use more heavy hold base gel, it'll hold it. So, while it might seem like a whole lot of gel to you, it is not a whole lot of gel for Raya. It's not. So we're going to twist this up, and then we are coming in with the topper, which I'm going to go to the back. Again, I'm taking my time to do my hair the way it needs to be done. We have already put the heavy hold gel back here, and now we're going to go in and look at that. I need to try a twist out with this gel and see what happens. But there is it marinating, right? So I'm going to open up both sides, and I'm going to put in, so I have this is the Curl Embrace Holding Gel, the OG topper. I have it turned upside down because when it gets to this point, like trying to get it out of the bottle is a little harder. I don't need a ton of this. Okay, I'm going to start with that little bit right there. Hold on. So I'm starting with that amount for both sides of the lower portion of my hair. That top portion tried to get up in there. Just trying to. I'm not gonna let it. Okay. So I'm gonna twist that back up and get that top portion. This just allows it to marinate a little bit before I start to pull apart those sections. But it doesn't take a lot to, you know, it doesn't take a lot of the gel, the topper gel. And it's quick to get it into those sections. So again, I do them together because you don't need a lot of that gel. So there, I'm just assessing the hairs like clumping together. I don't need to add any more. I'm going to add a little water to this once I get everything in there. So again, just think I don't have to get too much, but I'm trying to get something out of here. Maybe if I get off the top. Okay. Let that lay right there. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit here and it's a little bit right there. And welcome to the live. We are getting toward the end. We're applying the topper gel. We already have the base gel and the Naturals Heavy Hold base gel applied. And we're going on top of the topper gel. Just working it into the hair. And I'm just going to twirl it around my finger and get it back in place. Put it on and come on to this next section. You just give the topper gel on it. It doesn't take a lot. So I guess if I get some on the pump, maybe that'll, no, maybe not. Let's see. Let me get a little bit more. No. I have a new one, but I'm trying to use it. Oh goodness. Oh, now I got too much. Just go back in there. Go back in there. No, it looks like nothing, but it's something. It's a lot. So, go to the base and work our way down. Do that again. I'm trying not to add what's in my hand over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. Move this one down and try to wipe the rest of this off because there's still a lot on there. So, okay. Then we're gonna put a little. Oh, that's what I get. Or so that's what I have now, and I'm gonna take this top piece and put these off. So let's see, locked. Okay. And we need that in this section, most definitely. But I'm splitting it between these two. Rubbing it in that section that needs a little more love. Alright, so we're going to twist this around and put that back up. Same here. Twist it around. And put this up. And here. Twist it around. And put that back up. Put my bag back on those sections. And go back to the back. I've got hair or something on my eye. Okay. Reaching back behind me is a chore. Alright, so I'm going to put that off to the side just in case I need some more of that. And we're going to bring this hair back down. And we're going to add some water to it. You know what? Let me see. I'm thirsty. I'm going to drink this bottle and then I'm going to use this bottle to use it to give me some water. For my hair since I left my water. I left my bottle upstairs again. I did it last time too. So there we go. Alright, so we're gonna use it, put a little bit of water on there, and look at that. The water helps to elongate my hair, but look at those curls, okay? So I'm gonna do that in this section over here too, and then we're just gonna style it. What in the earth? Did my time says I'm only live for 13 minutes, and I know when I just looked down it was an hour and 50 minutes, so I don't know what quirkiness is going on with this YouTube. Maybe that's why I can't see comments. That is crazy. Let me touch the screen one more time. Yep, nope. So those curls are curling like I want. And I'm going to just start on this section over here. And just like full sections apart. I guess you would say shingle. But I find that when I do that from the root to the tip, that's when I get the definition from the root down to. So I'm gonna pull that up, get this some smoothing, and then I separate, smooth down and drop. Separate, smooth down and drop. Put that on there right there. Separate, smooth down and drop. I try to do it in bigger clumps because they break up to smaller curls as the days go on. So I want them to be as big as possible. The clumps to be as big as possible when I first start. Alright, so that section is done. I'm do the same thing over here. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm looking in my mirror that's behind me, so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure I'm being consistent with my clumps. Separating pieces. This is equivalent to like when your stylist is, going and doing those small sections. This is how I achieve the same thing that they're doing because my hands can't do what their hands do. Sure you're smoothing your hair. Like when we used to do roller sets. You should smooth the hair on the roller. You don't want any lumps or bumps on it, so that the set will come out nice and smooth. Same thing. Same thing. So that is done. Now we're going to that top section. And I better go on and get this back in here before, I don't think it's going to dry out, but you don't want it to either. Okay. So I got to get some water on here. And hold my head forward. Smoothing it through. It's a little bit more water. That was a lot bit more, but it's okay. Excuse me. So I'm just smoothing that hair through, breaking it up into nice size clumps, smoothing it down the length of the hair, and dropping it. Sitting up there playing with it, we are dropping it. So I separate the fingers, I smooth through. Separate, smooth and through, creating my clumps. and dropping it. Okay. That's it. Smoothing it here. Separate the clump. Smooth it down and drop it. You'll get to see better in the front. It'll be the same thing all over. And last one. Smoothing that product down the shaft of my hair. Oh, goodness. It looks good in the mirror to me. Now let's come over here and let me add some more water. My water bottle. Use whatever you have. Okay. And that ember, it just sucks in that water. But you see, what it does is it weighs down on my hair, makes it heavier. So at least I'm starting under the dryer, you know, with more elongation. Yes, it's going to shrink, but not as much as if I didn't add this water to my hair. And it holds it in. It's like not dripping because it holds it in. That's what I like about the gel. It's almost like I said, a heat-seeking missile. Looks for that water and it holds it in. So that's all I was doing with that. Is separating and dropping. Separating and dropping. Moving. Separating into a nice big clump and dropping. Okay. Moving down the shaft of the hair and start separating. And dropping. Looks good to me. I'll go ahead and undo both of those sections. So we're going to put this right there. And we're going to get some water in this section. Again, the hair is not dripping. That water, it's almost like, what's that? It's this stuff that the kids like, almost like the slime or the gel that you can make it. You pour water on it and it just suck it up. That's what the Ember does, in my opinion, because it just goes after that water. Yep. Alright. Come on, Rosa. Smooth the product down the length of the hair. The Ember's holding on to that water. Alright, and I'm not pulling my hair. And you see it separates just fine. Ever since I got my hair cut, it separates really well. Alright. Last section. This section, I always got to check to see if I need to put some more gel. Hold on, I got some short hair. Wipe my whole hand over there. And y'all see those curls? Hold on. Put it back up there. So I'm gonna start here. Smooth. Read back so you can see how much hair is up there. Smooth that section. Another section. this up. The haircut really did me justice because this used to be my the tangly section, and I'm going right through this section. Whew, done there. Done, 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 done. Okay, so I'm going to leave this clamp right here, and I'm going to shake a church lady shake. And this keeps my part in place. That doesn't move. I'm going to get this one out. Hold on. Alright, so I think I like it. I'm going to turn around and let you see the back. Hold on 1 second. Okay. You can't tell me if it's okay, but I'll have to look on it when I get on the outside. But it looks, I can tell from the mirror, it looks fine. It looks good to me. So we are done. I'm going to take off one of these gloves and see if I wipe the screen if I can see anything. And nope, so it has nothing to do with my glove. But this is the finished result of the wash and go with the heavy hole. And we have elongation because I added the water on at the end, and we have lots of definition. So this is how I do Raya with the Emba heavy hole and curl and brace holding gel, the topper gel, the OG topper gel. And I will put my hairnet on because I have an intake dryer, so it sucks the hair up, but the hairnet keeps it down. Excuse me, so that's why it always looks like my hair is like coming underneath once it's dry, like coming, it's not laying down straight like it is right now because I have a hairnet sitting on it. But we will go ahead and blow dry or go under the dryer for about 25 minutes. Then I'll do the, what do you call it, the diffuser. And I will come back live and let you see, because it should be early enough that I can do that. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. I'm sorry I can't see any comments or comment to you on what you're saying, if you're saying anything, because I can't see it. But thank you for joining, and we are done. And I'm liking it. Look at all that movement. And I love that there's movement afterwards. All right, guys. So let me know in the comments if you use Emba, how you use Emba. Do you use it on damp hair? Do you use it on wet hair? How do you apply your gels? Do you use heavy hold? Do you use the medium hold? Do you use the light hold? Do you just use the Emba OG topper? Let me know your Ember experience in the comments. All right, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, I don't even think it's going to let me in the live, man. So I got to figure that out. Hold on, let's see. Is that going to let me do something? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, are you sure you want to stop